I've been posting on my moments every day for 3 years since going abroad. But Zhang Yan, the prince of Beijing's circle, just refuses to like or comment. Then, I heard he found a substitute lover who looks 70% like me. When I returned to China, I found out he had secretly liked me for over a decade, and because my dad once said, "Only after you make 100 billion can you pursue me," he never dared confess. He secretly picked me up at the airport, bought millions worth of diamonds I was obsessed with. He even went undercover in my gossip group. In the end, we got together thanks to a group of meddlesome friends who kept spreading rumors. I'm the kind of white moonlight who disappears as soon as I leave the country. Though I post hundreds of moments every day and talk non-stop in my friend group, I still couldn't get Zhang Yan to say a word or even like anything. Then, my friend gossiped that Zhang Yan couldn't contact me and found a lover who looks like me. I stared at the 20 moments I posted today, repeatedly checking to make sure I didn't block or mute him. So I opened his chat. "Did you block me?" Zhang Yan quickly replied. "No," I said. "So? You didn't like my posts? Didn't show some care for this old bird who left the nest?" I saw he was typing a reply, but I didn't wait for him to finish and just kept on blabbering. "You know what new gossip they're spreading? They say you couldn't get in touch with me and found a substitute lover. Is that true? I saw the photos they sent. Damn, that girl is beautiful. You're a lucky bastard. By the way, is she your lover or girlfriend? If she's your girlfriend, you'd better clarify the rumors quickly, or she'll be heartbroken. Use your CEO power. Make them all shut up. Scare those troublemakers. Let them go on about the prince of Beijing's circle, white moonlight, whatever. That'll embarrass me." While studying abroad, I spent every day online chatting intensively. Zhang Yan couldn't keep up with my lightning-fast typing. After I sent such a long message, he slowly replied to my first question. "I don't usually browse moments." Zhang Yan and I weren't close, but we weren't strangers either. We were neighbors when we were little, went to the same kindergarten and elementary school, so we always went to school together. To our parents, we were like childhood sweethearts. But at school, we treated each other like strangers, ignoring each other completely. I tried to be friends with Zhang Yan, but he was always buried in books. If I asked him to do something, he would just silently do it, then go back to reading. If I hadn't heard him call out to his parents, I would have thought he was mute. So, in my childhood mind, he was always just a boring bookworm. It wasn't until high school that Zhang Yan started skipping grades and was recommended for university. By the time I was in my second year of high school, he was already studying abroad. That was when I realized that I was the real fool. When Zhang Yan returned from studying abroad, I was still debating whether I should pursue a master's degree. His family hosted a grand welcome banquet. The Zhang and Wen families had a long history of friendship, so I naturally attended with my parents. As soon as I entered, my eyes were drawn to the dignified, aloof figure in the center of the banquet hall. After many years, the bookworm from my childhood had shed his youthful innocence. Now, he was wearing a custom-made suit, calm and collected. He was at ease even in front of seasoned businessmen, never losing his composure. From the way his sleeves stretched, I could tell he had been working out. Without him even taking off his shirt, I could tell Zhang Yan definitely had abs. I silently pulled out my phone and changed his contact name to Zhang Yan 189. Cool. Has abs? My friend Yi Qing, like a ghost, peered over my shoulder and read it out loud. The whole banquet hall went silent. You could hear a pin drop. It was the elders who quickly smoothed things over, and the matter was brushed aside. After that night, everything from our childhood, the brand of spicy snacks we used to sneak, was dug up by those gossiping rich kids. Even though I was one of them, I have to strongly condemn them. They started spreading rumors, like, shock, Beijing's top heir's suspected romance revealed. The childhood sweetheart speaks recklessly at the banquet. The young master responds this way. You've never seen such a prince of Beijing's circle. Out of nowhere, the childhood sweetheart returns, and his identity turns out to be the heir of a top family. A heart-wrenching love story that broke apart, now mended, has these 5 characteristics. No matter how much I tried to explain, these mischievous friends were like they were deaf, relentlessly spreading rumors. Day after day, Zhang Yan's indifference made them even worse. In the end, they even created a whole setting and wrote a 300-page document. They made it seem so real that even the elders sent concerned messages. The public WeChat account originally created by Yi Qing for gossip about wealthy families was now renamed Beijing's Abusive Love. Why is it called abusive love? Because these troublemakers didn't want me to be happy. It was because of this ridiculous situation that I packed up and went abroad to pursue my graduate studies. As soon as I left, their version was updated. The white moonlight leaves for study abroad, leaving the Prince of Beijing's circle longing and lonely. It came with a blurry photo of Zhang Yan at the airport, standing alone, surrounded by crowds. Yet he stood quietly, gazing at the departure gate, lost in thought. It actually looked kind of convincing. But wait, I don't remember Zhang Yan sending me off? I scrolled down, saw that 197 friends had read it, and I felt completely calm. The top comment was from my mom. Yan, don't be sad. Xiao will be back soon. Hug, 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 Rose. Then Zhang Yan's mom replied, my dear, you've suffered so much. Be sure to stay together. Crying, sad, hug, hug. Yiqing also added, I wonder if Xiao will still remember Zhang Yan when she returns. Sigh. I replied, thanks everyone for caring about this rumored romance. I'm just studying abroad. Not dead. Smile, Rose. In these days abroad, without any friends, I unlocked my chatterbox mode. I spent every day hopping between group chats, non-stop talking, posting at least 10 moments. There was nothing to do. After all, it was so boring. Fortunately, because of my studying abroad, my contact with Zhang Yan became non-existent. The only communication left was holiday greetings on WeChat. The troublemakers finally ran out of material and gradually stopped spreading rumors about us. The public account returned to gossip about wealthy families, and I got back into my gossip group. However, 3 years later, the white moonlight returned to China. I watched the endless messages in the gossip group, speechless. There were links and photos scrolling by. They were all entertainment rumors, and the pictures were blurry, but everyone said these were images of a famous actress with Beijing's Prince Heir. I stared at the images, still unable to understand how they could extract such information from such blurry photos. However, the picture of the so-called entertainment industry, flower vase, did surprise me. The person in the photo was undeniably beautiful, with a cheongsam that outlined a perfect figure. Every smile and frown was enchanting. Her eyes slightly squinted, as if full of unsaid emotions. Wait, she really looks a little like me. No wonder those gossipers were talking about substitute lover literature, the kind where the white moonlight returns after studying abroad for 3 years. They write about the ex-lover showing up at the welcome banquet with someone who looks 70% like the original. Well, that's not going to happen because I don't have an ex-lover. According to the story formula, the white moonlight is the evil female character, and the substitute lover is the true heroine. Damn it, I'm going to be the evil female character. I can already imagine what the public account will post. Oh right, the Prince of Beijing's circle and the beautiful lady in the cheongsam are a perfect match. Wonder if Zhang Yan plans to become a monk. I don't know what his plans are, but I plan to come back to China for a thrilling showdown, and the first target will be you. I've made my bet. Anyone who bets on the white moonlight wins with me, and anyone who bets on the substitute lover goes to the group owner. Alright, you've really angered me. I'm betting on the substitute lover. I went back to the messages page and saw Zhang Yan had replied. I clicked in. He asked what photo I was talking about and said he didn't have a lover. I forwarded the links from the group to him. To my surprise, Zhang Yan called me right away. I was a bit surprised but answered, it's a misunderstanding. I didn't get a lover or a substitute. I'll handle this immediately. His voice was low and magnetic, like a feather lightly brushing my ear, sending tingles through me. I blinked, stunned for a moment, then added, goddess voice, to his contact name. Looking at the updated name, I finally realized, that blurry photo really was you? Zhang Yan paused for 3 seconds, then softly answered, on the evening of September 13th, after a social event, I met this actress. I was a little tipsy and mistook her for you. When I got closer, I realized it wasn't you, so I left without speaking to her or having any physical contact. He didn't need to explain in such detail. I'm not sure if it was because of the long-standing rumors in the group, but I suddenly felt a bit awkward. We had nothing more to say, and just as I was about to end the call, Zhang Yan asked, are you coming back tomorrow? I said, yeah, my flight's at 9. Actually, I secretly changed it to 7, telling everyone it was 9, just to mess with those troublesome friends picking me up. I'm going home early to wait for them to be disappointed. Zhang Yan. Okay. After he said that, we fell into an awkward silence. I could clearly hear him typing on the keyboard. I said, you're busy. I won't disturb you, and ended the call. My luggage was almost packed. I got out of the shower, and my phone was already blowing up with messages from Yiqing. Ah, Xiao. Look. Zhang Yan posted on his moments. What? I rushed over. Before I could even click on it, I saw the red dot with the number 152, constantly increasing. I clicked in, and all the likes were from one person, Zhang Yan. What's going on? I raised an eyebrow and went back to the moments page. The first thing that caught my eye was Zhang Yan's statement. No lover. Please stop spreading rumors. It was followed by a lawyer's letter clarifying the recent rumors and reserving the right to take legal action. The likes were all lined up in a row, like a collection of stamps. I scrolled down for several seconds before I reached the comments. My sister. Whoa. The prince really resurrected. Zhang Yan's mom. These paparazzi and marketing accounts are too arrogant. Well done. Yan. My cousin. Is this the only rumor to clear up? My aunt. Joined the Beijing Abusive Love Deluxe package. Yi Qing. Come back to life. My CP. It kept going down, like counting numbers. What? Is this a confession? What? Did you announce it? What? Is this an engagement invitation? What? Are you getting married? What? You're married? As the comments became more absurd, my forehead started throbbing. At first, these mischievous people just did it for fun. During the setting up stage, they did it behind Zhang Yan's back. The nickname, Prince of Beijing's Circle, might be a bit tacky, but the Zhang family is a top-tier family in Beijing. Nobody dares mess with them, especially Zhang Yan, who gives off an air of superiority, as if he couldn't care less about these fanfiction stories. So when I saw their ridiculous stories getting crazier, I found Zhang Yan to have him save our crumbling reputation. Zhang Yan said he would let his assistant handle it. I waited and waited, only to get a cold response. When my mischievous friends realized the main person didn't care, they went wild. Though they didn't dare directly provoke Zhang Yan, they got bolder with me. After 3 years abroad, I thought they had calmed down. But no, they got worse. They even danced right in front of Zhang Yan without a hint of restraint. Fine, play around all you want, but if you get in front of the real deal, things will get ugly. Ding dong. A pop-up message grabbed my attention. I quickly clicked it, only to be hit with a blur. It was a link from Lin Qing, and the account had changed back to Beijing Abusive Love. She was as fast as me, if not faster. In no time, she had written a 3,000-word preheat article. Beijing's Prince Heir clears up rumors. White Moonlight returns to China. Is the substitute lover a misunderstanding or deliberate concealment? Let's find out. It's so embarrassing even though I didn't do anything. I suddenly didn't want to return to China. I grabbed a screenshot to send to Zhang Yan. I noticed the likes on his moments were still rapidly increasing. Seizing the moment, I called him. He picked up in an instant. I got straight to the point. I know my moments are interesting, but stop. We have something more urgent to handle. Zhang Yan asked. What's the matter? I tested. Did you see the comments they sent you? Zhang Yan. Not yet. Go check it. I urged him. Okay. He replied. And then we both fell into silence. I could feel the pressure coming from his side through the phone. My mind couldn't help but imagine. The Prince of Beijing's Circle, offended by small fry. His face dark as ink. The air around him cold as an icehouse. His eyes like a venomous snake. One glance, and everyone would freeze in fear. I couldn't hold back a laugh. Zhang Yan asked, confused. What's wrong? Nothing. I cleared my throat and braced for the drama. Have you seen the comments? What do you think about them? Zhang Yan. Nothing. I froze, getting impatient. How could they even bring up marriage? It's getting more ridiculous. He seemed to think that one word wasn't enough, so he added, it's very absurd. I said, aren't you going to do anything? Zhang Yan asked. Do what? I nearly choked. Of course. Clear it up. Warn the marketing accounts, just like you would warn them. His tone was calm. Okay, I'll have my assistant handle it. Such a familiar sentence. I sighed, genuinely advising. Fire that assistant. They've been useless all these years. Zhang Yan went silent. And also, stop liking my old posts in my moments. You'll never finish them. Let me add one thing. Zhang Yan. Okay. 7 p.m. The flight arrived on time. As soon as I left the airport, I saw Zhang Yan walking toward me. When we saw each other, we were both a little surprised. He quickly walked up to me and naturally took my suitcase. Did you reschedule your flight? I nodded. How did you get here? Zhang Yan. I came to pick you up. I froze for 2 seconds and hesitated. I don't think I mentioned anything about rescheduling, did I? Zhang Yan replied calmly. I came by after work to wait for you. After hearing his answer, I felt my brain short-circuit. If I remember correctly, your house is west of the office, and the airport is east of the office. And if I hadn't rescheduled, would you have waited until 9 p.m.? Zhang Yan didn't seem to find anything odd. His expression didn't change as he nodded. His attitude was so natural it felt strange, and I didn't know how to respond, so I asked, "Why did you suddenly decide to pick me up?" Zhang Yan paused for a moment, turned his head to look at me, and said in a slightly serious tone, "It's not sudden. I always pick you up." I blinked in surprise. "When have you ever done that?" Zhang Yan stopped walking, his expression unusually serious, and looked at me. "You don't know? You never mentioned it, and I've never seen you at the airport." For some reason, I felt guilty. The schoolwork isn't too heavy, so whenever there's a long holiday, I go back to China. Sometimes, when I feel lonely or vulnerable abroad, I'll buy a last-minute flight back home. I either have my sister pick me up or let Yi Qing and her group of friends do it. Though it doesn't happen often, I've never seen Zhang Yan. If he had actually come, Yi Qing and the others would have definitely taken pictures and written fanfics about it. But Zhang Yan does ask what time my flight is whenever I announce I'm coming back. He wouldn't lie. So Zhang Yan really does pick me up every time? I stared at his handsome face and muttered, "You must have some invisibility spell." Zhang Yan pursed his lips and didn't say a word. I quickly added, "Next time, just let me know. Give me a heads up. I don't have telepathic powers. If you don't say anything, how would I know what you're planning? I've got a mouth, but I don't talk. No wonder Yi Qing always says you're the chosen CEO material, the kind who makes women chase him." Zhang Yan lowered his eyes, silent, seemingly lost in thought. After we got into the car, he finally spoke. "When she. Can I be your date for tomorrow night's welcome back banquet?" The streetlights outside the car window flickered over his face. His deep, beautiful eyes locked onto me. I looked at his face generously, then declined softly. "It's probably best if you don't." Zhang Yan. "Why? Me. Do you believe if we attend together, the WeChat public account will be updated for 30 consecutive days? You always reject me," he said. When I got home, my family didn't expect me to come back early, so they greeted me with surprise and a lot of noise. Only 10 minutes for the returning child. They poked and prodded, making me feel like I was being treated like a monkey. My sister and I sorted through the luggage I brought back. "Did you tell Yi Qing and the others that you rescheduled?" "No, I did it on purpose." I put my computer down lazily. My sister smiled with a hint of mischief. "You still don't know what you're going to face." I thought she was talking about Yi Qing and the others not waiting for me and coming to my house, so I casually hummed a tune. After we finished organizing, dinner was ready. We all sat around the table together, the familiar taste filling my senses, almost bringing me to tears. Living abroad nearly turned me into a chef. Sure enough, the food back home tastes the best. After sitting on a plane for a day, I brushed up and collapsed onto the bed to sleep. That night, my phone blew up. Yi Qing and her mischievous friends arranged the three-piece set for my social death at the airport. Giant banners, loudspeakers, and life-sized cutouts. Hey, I knew it. They couldn't wait to see me, so they eagerly asked about my safety. It was quite the spectacle. When I was forced to turn my phone on, Yi Qing was banging on a steel bowl with a rolling pin. I almost had a heart attack from the shock. After a round of blaming each other and apologizing, the conversation finally got to the point. "The welcome back banquet tonight. I'm not going." "What will you write about if you don't go?" "The white moonlight returning to China is a big deal." "Hey, woman. You're not even pretending anymore?" I opened the public account, pulled up the latest post, and shoved it in Yi Qing's face. "The white moonlight disappears without a trace after returning to China, leaving behind a friend and prince for an old romance to reignite. The substitute lover mystery deepens. The love triangle thickens." You really managed to write 13,000 words in one night without even seeing me in person. Yi Qing chuckled humbly. "It's not like I'm doing something new. The old tricks still work." Then she pulled up the trending topic for today. "Someone's more shameless than us. Buying trending topics to ruin your reputation." I frowned and looked at the screen. Hashtag the fleeing white moonlight comes to life # white moonlight Sue Wan # shameless bad friends collection # I clicked the first link, and it was a video from a marketing account. In the video, a group of mysterious people wearing suits and sunglasses stood proudly at the arrival gate. With my life-size cutout in the middle, 4 people in black clothes held 2 banners, and 2 others were holding loudspeakers. "White moonlight. I miss you in Beijing. White moonlight. Come back. The prince knows he was wrong." They gave me some face and didn't name me directly. Although the group chat had photos, seeing it from the marketing account felt like another blow. I didn't even dare look at the comment section. "Who is it? Who teamed up with you to frame me?" Yi Qing, grinning with delight, helped me remove the trending topic and delete the post. "It's Sue Wan. She pointed to a new post by Sue Wan, a 9-square photo grid. When I saw the photo, I remembered who Sue Wan was. She's the actress who was mistaken for being the substitute lover. In the photo, she's wearing a white dress, light makeup, smiling softly and seductively. Her looks are bright and striking, but this outfit is a bit too plain for her. Look, this dress and the jewelry are the same as yours. Yi Qing raised an eyebrow at me, enjoying the moment. They picked a picture of her that fits the white moonlight theme, printed it on a life-size cutout. Same dress, same hairstyle, same jewelry. It was quite the déjà vu. I flipped through Sue Wan's album and saved a few pictures. In many novels, the white moonlight is gentle and soft, while the substitute lover is bright and bold. Sue Wan and I fit this trope quite well. But I don't have the white moonlight's good qualities. I'm not just shameless, but also rude. I opened the file Yi Qing sent, which had Sue Wan's profile. To pay for her mother's treatment, she threw herself into the entertainment industry. She gained some attention due to her stunning looks, but after being promoted for a while, the company set her up as a foil to another celebrity, and she became a target of online hate. Yi Qing added, I heard some boss tried to hit on her but was rejected, so they downgraded her resources to humble her. Just then, her phone dinged. Oh. I looked over, and the marketing account had posted again, a low-quality airport photo of Zhang Yan and me taken from the side. It was accompanied by Sue Wan's schedule and flight ticket, with a caption exposing the affair between the rich heir and the beautiful actress. Yi Qing's eyes lit up. Oh, so you only told Zhang Yan about your flight change, huh? The picture of Zhang Yan and me was quickly taken down. Because Zhang Yan had come to visit. When Yi Qing is with me, she's unstoppable, but when Zhang Yan is around, she quiets down like a quail. Gift. Zhang Yan handed me a gift box. I thanked him with a smile and opened it. Even though I'm used to him giving auction items as gifts, this one truly surprised me. A pink diamond from last month's auction in Country N. I remember it was bought by an anonymous rich buyer for $9.7 million. Far beyond my budget. I watched it fall into someone else's hands with regret and spent a month posting about it on my Moments. Turns out that buyer was you. I grinned widely, exchanged pleasantries with him, and jokingly said, I'm just coming back to my country. Why send such an expensive gift? It's a little embarrassing. Zhang Yan. I had planned to get you a blue and white porcelain, but I saw how obsessed you were with this pink diamond on your Moments, so I contacted the rich buyer and bought it for you. I was shocked. Did you just get it? Zhang Yan. Yes. I was deeply moved. I announce. From today onward, you are my only brother. 70 million, just like that, a gift. I admit Zhang Yan truly has the power of a Beijing heir. I no longer find his nickname embarrassing. Yi Qing shrunk into a corner, giving a live broadcast. The $70 million pink diamond changes hands quietly, the mysterious buyer's identity exposed. But the white moonlight still doesn't get it. I posted dozens of dramatic selfies with the ring. What can I say? I'm so in love with it. That wasn't enough. So at the banquet, I also deliberately waved my wine glass around. Not drinking, just showing off. All right, you're practically shoving it in their faces. My sister couldn't take it anymore and asked me to tone it down. With my rebellious spirit, I refused. Finally, Yi Qing called me. Her voice was pressed down but couldn't hide her excitement. Attic 1102. Gossip. You know the drill. I immediately flashed over. I can be her substitute. I'm a great actress. I can mimic her. Yi Qing and I met, sneaking around behind the door, carefully opening a small crack to peek inside. The man's tall figure stood half hidden in the shadows, and the woman opposite him had red eyes, stubborn and determined, creating a strong atmosphere of forced affection. Damn. Zhang Yan and Sue Wan. No wonder I hadn't seen him for so long. Didn't you see my photos? Looks pretty much the same, right? If you want, I can look even more like her. Sue Wan's voice came through word by word. Yi Qing and I exchanged looks, both of us shocked. The Beijing heir and the white moonlight substitute lover theme is not something to joke about, right? Are they serious? A substitute is an insult to her. A cold, detached voice rang out, and I knew Zhang Yan was angry. After saying that, he turned to leave. Sue Wan urgently slid to her knees and grabbed Zhang Yan's leg. Please, give me a chance. Anyway, she doesn't like you. Being so openly offended by a stranger, Zhang Yan's face turned dark with anger. Sue Wan cried, tears streaming down her face. I worked so hard to get close to you. Please give me a chance. At least let me try. I internally clicked my tongue. Is this what forced love feels like? Click. The sound of the shutter wasn't too loud or too soft, just enough for the two main gossipers to hear it. I turned my head and smiled. Yi Qing awkwardly put away her phone. Sorry, I forgot to put it on silent. Mr. Wang has been harassing me, even threatening me with a penalty fee, but he's married and ugly. I just can't bring myself to settle for less. Even if I were to be someone's mistress, I'd at least want a handsome sugar daddy. The person sitting across from me was crying, sniffling, telling me all her struggles. I handed her a second box of tissues. So, you went to Zhongyan? Aha. Su Wan wiped away her tears, one after another. There's a rumor going around the capital that the heir to the throne had a white moonlight who left him, and this white moonlight happens to look a lot like me. I kept my face calm on the outside, but inside, I felt a sharp jolt. What? This rumor has even spread outside the circle. I elbowed Yi Qing hard. Yi Qing coughed, clutching her waist. Su Wan presented a well-argued case. Anyway, you don't like him. He's single, good-looking, rich, and influential, and I look like you, so the chances of winning him over are high. Of course, I chose him. She sounded both aggrieved and resentful. Yesterday, Mr. Wang threatened me, saying if I didn't make up my mind, he would blacklist me for good. I had no choice. When you're pushed to the edge, you have to make desperate moves. I have to find a way to make the heir know me, but I've tried many times to get close to him, and the only time I saw him was that night. He passed in front of me and left, not even giving me a chance to say a word. While crying, she didn't forget to ask Zhang Yan for a job. My acting skills are really good. You can check out the drama I did when I first debuted. Now I just act wooden to fit other people's marketing schemes. But Zhang Yan is the real wooden one. He didn't move at all. Yi Qing tapped my arm. Didn't your mom give you an entertainment company to practice with? I raised an eyebrow, mimicking Zhang Yan's cold expression, and said to Su Wan, do you dare sign a bet agreement? Her crying stopped abruptly. Su Wan stared at me, eyes wide, her words stumbling. I need to see the contract first. I smiled and said, you'll sign after reading it. You don't have the luxury to negotiate. This matter was settled quickly. At the end of the banquet, I went back with Zhang Yan in his car. He turned his head to look out the window, his expression visibly cold. I lovingly touched the pink diamond on my finger and leaned in to check on my only brother. Not happy? Zhang Yan looked at me. Why give her a chance? I chuckled. Of course, because she can create value for the company. We need to make money. Zhang Yan didn't reply. The car drove all the way to the villa. When I opened the door to get out, Zhang Yan grabbed my wrist. She tricked me into the attic, using you as an excuse. I could hear a trace of grievance in his voice. I patted his shoulder comfortingly. That's too much. I'll add 2 more, unilateral terms, to get back at her for you. The white moonlight and the substitute lover shook hands. But the truth was shocking. The rival turned out to be my boss. White moonlight denies the romance. The heir to the throne leaves the capital with a broken heart. Click here to watch the husband chasing cremation. Oh. I gave a middle finger to these articles and reported them. Su Wan was already packed off to the company. The agreement was signed, and she was urgently sent to classes to rush through the schedules. My major was oil painting, and I knew nothing about managing a company. Every day was a chaotic mess. My sister assigned me a special assistant to help me avoid bankruptcy. The entertainment industry has a lot of social gatherings and is all about seniority. For just a few projects, almost every other day there's a dinner party. I found that Zhang Yan is a great shield against alcohol. Every time, I drag him along as a good luck charm. After a while, Zhang Yan got tired of it. You don't like me, so stop asking me out at night. Me. We're just going to a social event. It's not. Zhang Yan interrupted. You'll ask a man you don't like to go out at night, but I won't go out with a woman I don't like at night. I was speechless. But it's just a social event. Before I could finish, Zhang Yan ended the call. Although Zhang Yan often acted crazy during the day, he would still come out when I called him at night. Thanks to my persistent efforts, the company finally got on track. And I got the financial report for the quarter. A loss of over 50%. I went to Yi Qing and cried to her, which made her so distressed that she arranged a few male models for me to recover. One of the male models looked a bit like Zhang Yan. I hugged him and opened several bottles of wine. The other girls were already drunk, taking pictures of us with their phones and posting them in the group. The headline was already thought up. Ultimate twist. White Moonlight's bar romance. The heir turns into a substitute. It was then that we found out Zhang Yan was also in the group. I weakly watched as Zhang Yan's assistant escorted the drunkards away, and my dear male model brother was sent off too. Damn. Zhang Yan has been undercover all these years, and no one noticed. He stood in front of me, looking down at me. The dim lights of the private room made his eyes look even more mysterious. I felt a little creeped out under his intense gaze. I grabbed the bottle of alcohol from the table. Want a bottle? Zhang Yan silently sat beside me and started drinking straight from the bottle. I was stunned. The alcohol was stronger than advanced calculus, and this guy actually dared to drink it like that. He drank quickly, the wine flowing down his chin. His Adam's apple moved, and the light made the water droplets sparkle. When the bottle was empty, he set it down, staring at the table for a long time without saying anything. I sat there beside him for 10 minutes while he remained motionless like a statue. I couldn't stand it anymore and poked his arm. Thud. He collapsed straight down. I stumbled as I helped him to the bedroom. He pulled me onto the bed, and his entire weight almost crushed me. I struggled to pull myself out, but he grabbed my wrist. I sighed, exhausted, and looked back at him. He was lying there at an angle, his usual calm eyes clouded with drunken haze, staring at me intensely. His messy hair, his collar half open, and his shirt lifted just enough to reveal a small patch of abs. It was a far cry from his usual neat appearance. The first time I saw Zhang Yan like this, I couldn't help but get distracted. Even as he lazily held my hand, I stood there in a daze, locking eyes with him. When my palm suddenly touched his firm abs, I instinctively curled my fingers. I realized what was happening and quickly pulled back, but because he was holding my wrist tightly, he yanked me back into his arms. I fell into his chest. Zhang Yan grunted, and even though it was him who got knocked over, he asked me, "Are you okay?" His warm breath hit my ear, and his voice was raspy from the alcohol. My heart raced, and I scrambled to get up. My hand was still on his abs, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't break free from his grip. I glared at him. Let go. Zhang Yan's expression suddenly turned aggrieved. Isn't my abs nice to touch? I thought I was hallucinating. Shouldn't I be the drunk one? Don't go looking for male models, okay? I'm good enough. I work out every day to keep my body in shape. Zhang Yan's voice rang out again, and while my brain was still processing, my body instinctively reached for my phone. Are the male models better looking than me? Are they in better shape? You have to pay for them, but if you pick me, I'm free. I've liked you since I was little. I like you, could you, like me too? I crouched by the bed, repeatedly replaying the video I took. My face was burning hot. I took several deep breaths, trying to calm my racing heart. But it didn't help, and I reluctantly stood up, looked at Zhang Yan's face, and my heart skipped another beat. I woke him up, and he opened his eyes, still hazy from the alcohol. Once I made eye contact with him, I realized how foolish he still was. I asked, "If you like me, why don't you pursue me?" Drunk Zhang Yan answered without hesitation, "I'm afraid." Why are you afraid? I haven't made enough money yet. Why do you need to make enough money? When uncle's request. Why does my dad have to get involved? I slapped Zhang Yan's face, trying to wake him up. Tell me what's going on. Zhang Yan only muttered, "I haven't made 100 billion yet." My curiosity was piqued, but I still couldn't get an answer. I almost wanted to slap him awake and run to my dad's room to figure it out. Diary. Zhang Yan muttered those two words. I immediately asked, "Where is it?" Even drunk, his memory was surprisingly good. It's in the third drawer of the desk. The password is your birthday. The bottom book in the first stack on the left. I opened the drawer, and it was filled with notebooks. I pulled out the one at the bottom, eagerly flipping through it. I was truly shocked. Smart people start writing diaries in kindergarten? When I was in kindergarten, I didn't even know how to write that much. His handwriting was neat and proper, and where he didn't know how to write, he used pinyin. I flipped through the pages, amazed. One page had marks where tears had soaked through. May 27th, sunny. Xiao Shi kissed my cheek, so I kissed him back. But Uncle Wen hit my butt and called me a little brat, telling me I couldn't be with Xiao Shi until I made 100 billion. I didn't accept it and tried reasoning with Uncle Wen, but he beat me again. This page was wrinkled, and I could imagine how much Zhang Yan must have cried while writing it. I felt that innocent love shouldn't be mocked, but, so Zhang Yan didn't confess because of this? I kept reading, completely without tact, and finished reading his other diaries. The last entry was from September 2012. It was during the time Zhang Yan skipped a grade. I want to grow up fast, earn 100 billion, and confess to Shaoxi. I don't want to skip grades, don't want to leave Shaoxi, but I need to graduate quickly so I can start working and make money. After reading everything, I put the diary back in its place, feeling a whirlwind of emotions. I stood by the bed, my eyes lowered, watching the person on it. Zhang Yan was still trying to stay awake. The moonlight outside cast a pale glow on half of his face, his dark eyes covered with the soft radiance of the moon. Clear and deep. We stared at each other, one sober, one drunk. For a long time, I spoke. Zhang Yan. Are you an idiot? I'm not. WeChat moments. How did Zhang Yan and I end up together? All thanks to the endless rumors. Can you hear the applause? The ripple effect was huge. What? We were just messing around, and you guys actually believed it. Wait, is this real, or are you just crazy? Can this even work? When Zhang Yan didn't stop us from stirring things up, I knew this guy definitely liked Shaoxi. Shut up, I wish you both the best. Messages flooded in, and the ones who knew me best immediately called. I turned off my phone and went to sleep. Woke up the next evening. I lay there for a while, not fully awake. Then I heard a low voice that startled me. I turned around and remembered what happened last night. I licked my lips and couldn't help but tease. Do you remember what happened last night? Zhang Yan paused for a moment, then said, I like you. Out of nowhere, that direct hit landed, and I was stunned. Before I could react, Zhang Yan sat on the edge of the bed, leaned in, and stared straight into my eyes. I love you. My face flushed uncontrollably. But my mouth stayed tough. You haven't earned 100 billion yet. Zhang Yan. Can we relax the terms? You'll have to ask my dad. I'm scared. I raised an eyebrow in surprise. I only gave you a beating, didn't I? Zhang Yan corrected me. It was 2 beatings. All right, maybe the heir of the capital circle has never been beaten up. There's another reason. Zhang Yan's voice was muffled. You always ignore me. Do I? I retorted. You take forever to reply on WeChat. When I ask you out, you refuse me and then go out with Yi Qing. When I come to your place to find you, you act like you don't care. The only time I can see you is at banquets, but even then, you just make small talk with me and leave. After you came back to the country, you didn't like me and treated me like a tool for socializing. All right, that does sound pretty bad. Well, it's not my fault. He's always acting cold and indifferent. Who can tell if I'm a client or someone he likes? I glanced up and saw how pitiful he looked. I softened my tone. I'll reply instantly next time. Zhang Yan then held up his phone in front of me. What does this post mean? I crossed my arms. What do you think? Do you like me too? Aha. I checked the time. It was already 9 p.m. I turned my phone on. I didn't even need to guess how many unread messages there were. I smiled mysteriously, feeling like I finally scored 1 point back, and opened WeChat. The first message in the list made my temples throb. It was a public account push. Years of tormented love finally paid off. The white moonlight finally shone on the heir to the capital's throne.